Hi, this is Suchitra Krishnamoorthy. Subscribe to Siddharth Kannan's YouTube channel now.
जब इनका गाना आया था, जब हम कॉलेज में थे, हालांकि ये ज्यादा ओल्ड नहीं है, लेट मी क्लैरिफाई बिफोर हैंड, डोले डोले चार्ट टॉपर, वी हैड अ क्रश ऑन। कभी हाँ कभी ना शाहरुख खान के साथ उन्होंने काम किया। आना मेरे प्यार को, वो गाना देखकर ही प्यार आ गया इन पर। एंड आज सुचित्रा कृष्णमूर्ति मेरे साथ बैठी हुई है, दी इटर्नल क्रश। हाउ आर यू?
Good, nice to be here.
देखिए, आई हैव टोल्ड यू अबाउट ऑल माय क्रशेस, पर ये
Yeah.
तो आपने सुना होगा ना बहुत जिंदगी भर।
Yes.
You've heard it.
Yeah, I think I was everybody's crush. Only thing I had no idea.
अच्छा।
So now सब आके बोलते हैं, I'm like, अरे तभी क्यों नहीं बोला?
नहीं, उस समय बोला होगा, या फिर जब आप बहुत काम कर रही होती है ना, तो आपको पता नहीं होता कि राइट लेफ्ट क्या हो रहा है।
हाँ.
वो हुआ होगा आपके
Yeah.
साथ। सो लेट्स वॉक डाउन मेमोरी लेन।
Yes.
कभी हाँ कभी ना,
हाँ.
आइकॉनिक फिल्म, शाहरुख खान ऑब्वियसली थे, दीपक तिजोरी, बट उसमें यू वर द फिल्म।
Oh, thank you.
यू वर द फिल्म। उसके बाद सडनली गायब क्यों हो गई?
My husband didn't want me to act. So it was not a big deal for me because I never had that. You know, see, my background totally non-filmy है. तो मुझे स्कूल में, कॉलेज में ऑफर्स आने लगे। इनफैक्ट जब मैं कॉलेज में थी, ये सब आया, कभी हाँ कभी ना। कॉलेज में मैंने एक मलयालम फिल्म भी कर दी थी। यू नो, मैंने मम्मी डैडी को झूठ बोल के मैं कोची गई फिल्म करने, इमेजिन। बिकॉज वो बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट थे, अलाउ नहीं करते थे उनको। फिल्म वर्ल्ड एकदम एलियन और डेविल्स वर्ल्ड लगता था। तो द मिनट आई डिड अ फ्यू फिल्म्स, मैंने कन्नड़ा में एक फिल्म की, हिट हो गई। मलयालम में एक फिल्म की, सुपर हिट। जैसे हिंदी बेल्ट में मुझे आना के नाम से जानते हैं, मलयालम में मुझे अनु पिल्ले के नाम से जानते हैं। तो सुपर हिट्स। एंड देन माय हस्बैंड वाज वेरी क्लियर दैट ही डजंट वांट हिज वाइफ टू एक्ट, सो इट डिडंट मेक मच। आई सेड ओके, बिग डील, no big deal. No, I was too naive, I was too young to understand कि जब कोई किसी को बोलता है कि काम मत करो, वो थिंकिंग क्या है। You know, I think I was just very naive, and I just said it's no big deal. And I never thought that because for me I have more talent than ambition, so I never thought that anything will ever stop in my life, though it did. बट मुझे कभी नहीं लगा कि कुछ रुकेगा मेरे लाइफ में। ये नहीं तो ये नहीं तो ये नहीं तो ये। फिल्में भी जो मैंने की, ऑफ कोर्स कभी हाँ कभी ना के लिए मैंने ऑडिशन की एंड ऑल दैट, बट बिफोर दैट आई वाज ऑलरेडी यू नो वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड मॉडल। सो ये ऑफर्स मुझे आए। इट्स नॉट लाइक आई वाज ऑन दैट डेस्परेट मैं फिल्में करूँगी एंड ऑल। और एक बार चस्का लगा, मैंने कर ली, और जब हिट हो गई तो इट वॉज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक माई एम्बिशन वॉज फुलफिल्ड। You know, so for me to give it up was not a big deal. I'm like, हाँ हो गया अभी। मैंने, बाप रे, मैं कहाँ से आई, no contact, not a single person from the film world I knew, and I managed to do this. So I think in my own way, at that time I was in my own innocent way, मुझे लगा ठीक है, ये give up करने में क्या है, no big deal.
रिग्रेट करती हैं आप ऑनेस्टली?
I feel I don't regret the stardom, and I don't regret, you know, because those things are very transient. It makes no difference. But I regret my loss of innocence. मैं बहुत भोली थी, मैं समझती नहीं थी लोगों को, you know. So I regret that I was. Sometimes I feel like I wish I could retain that innocence and still be where I am today. But होता नहीं है.
और ये इनोसेंस जो आपने लूज किया,
हाँ,
किसकी वजह से हुआ या क्यों हुआ?
जिंदगी। I don't think it's one person. Of course, my marriage was very difficult and very painful, and that was my main teacher. So I almost think like, Guruji, thank you. बहुत सिखा दिया, आप मुझे बख्श दो, you know. So
आपका जो डोले डोले गाना था, कितने साल की थी आप उस वक्त?
I got married within 3 months of Dole Dole.
So when the song was a hit,
Yeah.
you were banging it
Yes.
in terms of the charts.
Yeah.
3 महीना उसके बाद जब लोग वो स्टारडम देखते विद अ सॉन्ग,
Yeah.
पॉप स्टार,
Yeah.
सब छोड़ के अपनी शादी कर ली।
हाँ, उसके बाद मैंने गाने की, I mean, जिंदगी was after that, जब से देखा. Dum Tara was after I was married. So I continued with my music.
But Mr. Kapoor did not want you to act.
Yes.
But he was okay with you singing.
Yeah.
मुझे समझ नहीं आया. What was the logic? I mean, it's his life. I mean, but I'm asking.
मुझे भी समझ में नहीं आया.
कि गाना गा सकते हो पर एक्टिंग नहीं कर सकते.
I think he also comes from that school of thought where he felt it was a slightly corrupt world. You know.
तो 25 साल की उम्र में आपकी शादी हुई, right?
No, थोड़ा पहले हुई.
23, 22?
हाँ, something like that.
My God. And
so जब लोग still सोच रहे थे मैं लाइफ के साथ क्या करूँ, अभी तो कॉलेज खत्म हुई है. Because mind you, like I said, I started Chunauti and all that even much before Kabhi Haan Kabhi Naa. So through my school, 11th, 12th and my 3 years of college, I had done the bulk of my work. You see, so it was मेरी लाइफ उल्टी गया. It's gone reverse. So अभी जब मैं वापस काम कर रही हूँ तो ऐसा लगता है कि वापस मैं वो फेज में जा रही हूँ.
No, but this phase will also be beautiful. I know
you. Of course, I know.
हम लोग सब हैं आपके साथ खड़े. ये जो रोमांस शेखर के साथ हुआ आपका, कैसे हुआ? माने you were completely smitten about him.
I think I feel it's some past life shit, you know, frankly. Shit as in like past life karma that I had to fulfill. Because मैं उनसे मिली and I got obsessed with him. And when I was a kid, मतलब मैं 10-12 साल की थी and all that, मैं बोलती थी जब मैं when I grow up, I will either marry Imran Khan or Shekhar Kapur. And so I actually went to meet him. He was casting for a film called Champion. Of course, film bani nahi. But then I kept meeting him and he would call me for drives and one thing led to another and you know, मुझे तो बहुत प्यार हो गया. बेचारे, he was not, you know, he was serious कि boss, I'm not serious. But I was so conservative in my head. I said, see, I'm not that kind of girl. Huh? If you don't marry me na, I'll never see you again. तो मैंने धमकी से मेरी खुद उनसे शादी कराई मेरी. Because I was like, that's all I wanted. I wanted marriage and babies and what's wrong with it?
So Shekhar was very clear.
Yeah.
कि
he's not the marrying type.
तो फिर आपने उनको कन्विंस कैसे किया शादी करने की?
धमकी दी मैंने बोला अगर शादी नहीं करो तो मैं आपसे नहीं मिलूंगी. You won't believe मेरे दोनों बहनें की arranged marriages हुई है. So that's the kind of conservative South Indian family I come from, you know, traditional Brahmin household. And my parents, my mother has sat at my feet and begged me, just get this booth out of your head. Have an affair. Do anything you want. Get it out of your head. My father, same thing. So, but मेरा ये था कि नहीं, this is what I want. This is what I want. So it was something that I brought on myself. You know, I think I was just meant to go through this journey.
तो माँ बाप ये मैरिज के खिलाफ थे?
Yes.
आपके माँ बाप शायद ये एस्पेक्ट से भी खुश नहीं थे कि आप फिल्म इंडस्ट्री ज्वाइन करें?
नहीं, वही कह रही हूँ कि they were very, वो चाहते थे कि मैं या तो डॉक्टर बनूँ या चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट बनूँ या MBA बनूँ. इवन आफ्टर माई डॉटर वॉज बॉर्न मेरी मम्मी फ़ोन करके बोलती थी, इट्स नॉट टू लेट, घर में मुझे चिट्टी बुलाते हैं, इट्स नॉट टू लेट चिट्टू, यू डू योर MBA. सो दैट इज टिपिकल एकेडमिक्स के अलावा वो कुछ समझते नहीं है. So they used to feel, what is this pop music and all? They never took it seriously. So they were like, hobby ठीक है. But and then शादी तो I mean my mom is a very proud, fiery lady, and she sat at my feet one day and begged me. She said, please, Chitu, just have a relationship, do what you want, get it out of your system, but do not get married.
Do not get married to Shekhar Kapur specifically.
Yes.
उनके क्या reservations थे?
वो मेरे से उम्र में मेरी, you know, he's like almost my mother's age and divorcee, film industry. मतलब उनका कोई एक ही प्लस था कि वो चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट है, educated है. तो बाकी there was no plus from, you know, for him, in my parents' eyes.
तो जब आपने शादी की तो माँ बाप आए थे शादी के लिए?
हाँ, आए थे. No, once they knew that I was serious, they knew that I was not playing the fool, and I was serious. You know, whatever I was childish, everything, but that was what I wanted, and that's what I did. So once they knew that I was serious, they were like, चलो मंगलसूत्र जाके खरीदते हैं, you know. You know how it is. I think every parent ultimately just wants the best for their child, you know. Yeah.
तो उसके बाद आपके पेरेंट्स का रिलेशनशिप शेखर और आपके साथ ठीक था?
बहुत ठीक था. In fact, my mom used to adore Shekhar. She still adores him. And even now, I don't know, you've not seen my play Drama Queen, but मैंने उसमें भी use किया है. That even after my divorce, divorce के 10-12 साल बाद भी मम्मी बोलती है, you better remarry Kaveri's daddy. That's the best. You know, so that is their thinking. I don't think they can. I mean, divorce was bad enough. Then, you know.
What went wrong?
I think we have different people, wanted different things in life, and you know, just very different people.
क्यों ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि because you were growing up, right? आप बढ़ रही थी उम्र.
Yeah.
The young Suchitra.
Yeah.
And the older Suchitra obviously had different things in life.
Completely. I feel you are more influenced by your notions of love and your notions of how things should be. You have no experience to understand. जब आप मम्मी डैडी के घर में होते हो, it's very one dimensional. आपको जो चाहे मिलता है. You know, it's very, you are the focus of the love and in your own home, you're the star of the show, you know. And so I was not prepared for understanding that we are such different people. I thought I love him so much, everything is fine. But it was obviously not fine. And I genuinely feel that everybody has a right to be themselves, you know. I have a right to be myself. I don't have to just dumb down to survive, you know. And my ex-husband has a right to be who he is. So.
आप कितने टाइम के लिए मैरिड थी?
12 साल.
12 साल. और ये क्रैक्स कब आने लगे विद इन द रिलेशनशिप?
फर्स्ट ईयर
में ही. और उससे पहले कितना टाइम के लिए आप लोग डेट कर रहे थे?
3-4 साल. आई मेट हिम एट 19. मैं कॉलेज में थी, मैं पढ़ रही थी, स्टूडेंट थी. एंड इनफैक्ट फर्स्ट टाइम आई सॉ हिम, ही हैड कम टू माय कॉलेज एज अ चीफ गेस्ट. And my best friend still remembers. She's like, Chitti, I remember how you got up and you started screaming and you were so excited. And I think that day only I had decided. मैं 15 साल की थी शायद जब वो कॉलेज में आए थे. I must have decided, हाँ मैं इनसे ही शादी करूँगी.
नहीं, but undoubtedly such an intelligent and good-looking man. In fact, वो एक clothes line के लिए मॉडल भी थे.
हाँ.
And wow, you know. तो 19 में शादी, 21st ईयर के अंदर ही क्रैक्स आने लगे.
No, I met him at 19. I married him at 22.
But the first year of marriage you had cracks. फिर 12 साल कैसे आपने सस्टेन किया इसको?
Actually, you know, when I got pregnant, मैं छोड़ रही थी, शादी छोड़ रही थी. And I was moving to the Berklee College of Music. मुझे scholarship मिल गया था, path scholarship, and I said I want to learn music because it was always my dream. But then I discovered I'm pregnant. So, you know, fate has its own way of kind of unraveling itself and unraveling your life story. So when I got pregnant, I stayed for a few years. And then I was like, yaar, forget it. मेरे से नहीं होता. It's better. And I remember, you know, a lot of very posh ladies and telling me that you'll be finished and, you know, just have another baby. Your marriage will wake up. And a lot of women do that, you know, when the marriage is in peril, like बच्चा कर लेते हैं
I've heard this, yeah.
Yes. So मैंने कहा नहीं, what's the big deal? You know, I would rather be on my own and live my own story and with my dignity than carry on in something that is soul crushing for me. That's not serving me. Just for status and, you know, image and money. And मैंने बोला था मैं जाके झोपड़ी में रहूँगी, मुझे कुछ नहीं चाहिए, मैं जा रही हूँ, you know. So I think to each their own. I really feel to each their own. I know बहुत से औरतें हैं जो who have stayed back in turbulent and difficult marriages. वो उनकी choice थी. मैं नहीं कर पाई. मैंने try किया, कोशिश की मैंने बोला नहीं, I can't do it.
Was the divorce must have been tough, na?
I was like the poster girl of divorce. मैं जहाँ भी जाऊँ, पेपर खोलूँ, कोई story. I remember my sister used to drag me out क्योंकि उन दिनों में I was kind of in hiding and, you know, I didn't want इतना negative publicity and I'm very, what should I say, I'm very emotional and I'm better now, but कोई मुझे कुछ भी पूछे, आई वुड फ्लेयर अप, आई वुड से समथिंग, देन अगेन वो एक दूसरा कंट्रोवर्सी बन जाता था. यू नो, आई हैड टू लर्न टू जिप माई माउथ. एंड सो मैं कहीं भी जाती थी, लोग दे वुड स्टार्ट प्लेइंग आई विल सर्वाइव, यू नो, कोई रेस्टोरेंट में जाओ, पब में जाओ, आई विल. I'm like, can I just hide, please? I just don't want to be seen right now. So, of course, it was difficult. Like I said, I became the poster girl of divorce. Because mind you, I did it, I think I was one of the first. मेरे बाद ही ट्रेंड बनी डिवोर्स की.
But tell me, अभी तो डिवोर्स बोलना हमारे सोसाइटी में इजी हो गया है.
Thank God, thank God.
And I'm so happy for it.
Yeah.
People don't judge you, at least to some extent.
Yeah.
उस समय must have been
it was very tough.
Did it lead to depression?
A lot of depression, not because of the divorce, but you know, just being a single parent, completely on my own, because my parents didn't live in the city. I didn't have any support. And then I'm completely dependent on staff, you know, that I would try to get back to work, then some incident would happen, and then finally I decided I just have to stay and look after my daughter. Like, I found out a maid was hitting my daughter. Then
when she was a baby.
When she was a baby. And then once one maid started getting some fits and she claimed to be possessed by Jesus, you know. So I went through some bizarre experiences. I said, मैं अपनी बेटी को अकेली नहीं छोड़ सकती हूँ किसी के सहारे, you know, except as if it's a family member. And I didn't have family free or in the city to look after Kaveri. So that was very challenging, very challenging. And of course, I went into I had some very tough times. मैंने बात भी की है openly about this. You know, I was one of the first people to talk about depression and seeking medical attention. And because I used to live in London those days. And वहाँ पे is very common. जैसे आपके best friend होते हैं, आपके shrink होते हैं, you know. So for me, it was just very normal. But initially when I spoke about it, so many people said, why are you saying this? I said, no, it needs to be normalized. Mental health, nothing is more important than your mental health. काम आएगा, पैसे आएंगे, सब आएगा, जाएगा. But if your mental health is not okay, nothing is okay. So yeah, I went through it. So अभी मेरे बहुत लोग मुझे एडवाइस के लिए मेरे पास आते हैं. I'm like, please, अभी go and see a therapist. मैं नहीं कर पाऊँगी ये जॉब. You know.
But उस वक्त इतना openly आके बात करना requires a lot of courage. And I really admire that about you. जैसे अब तो सब बात कर रहे हो उसके बारे में.
अब तो फैशन बन गया है.
अब तो फैशन बन गया है. कभी कभार लगता है कि कोई है भी नहीं तो बोल देते हैं कभी कभार. You know, sometimes it happens like that. But शेखर और आप डिवोर्स के दौरान और बाद बातचीत कर रहे थे कि नहीं, खराब हो गया था?
नहीं, बच्ची है साथ में. So you have to I mean, he's as involved in her life, and touch wood, he's a very involved father. He's a good father. जितने बुरे husband थे उतने अच्छे father हैं. So at least there's some saving grace, you know. So no, he's very involved in her life, and because of her, we are parenting her. We parented her child together. अभी तो बड़ी हो गई है. She makes her decision. But अभी भी वो जब हम लोग साथ में है ना, she gets very scared. She's like, Mama, you promise you won't fight. I'm like, yeah, okay, I'll try.
But do you miss his companionship?
Not at all. No.
You're completely over it.
I'm completely over it, and you know, I've become so independent over the years. I have learned to really enjoy my own company. And मैं artistically या तो पेंटिंग कर रही हूँ, या गाने लिख रही हूँ, या गाने रिकॉर्ड कर रही हूँ, या किताबें लिख रही हूँ, या कोई प्रोजेक्ट में काम कर रही हूँ. So I don't, unless something is really good for my soul, I don't crave company.
Wow. ये जो जब हम गूगल करते हैं तो प्रॉपर्टी डिस्प्यूट्स विद शेखर कपूर, ये सारी चीजें आती है, वो वाकई में हुआ था?
हाँ, हो रहा है.
अभी भी हो रहा है?
हो रहा है. It's in court. The matter's in court.
Then how come two people जो legally property dispute चल रहा है, जब एक डिनर टेबल पर बैठते हैं कावेरी के साथ, how can you say hi, hello, क्या, how are you?
See, Kaveri is very clear that she doesn't want to be involved in this property matter or any dispute. So when she's around, we don't discuss it, and on our own also we don't discuss it, because अगर court जाने का stage आया that I had to go to court, So obviously that is not negotiable anymore. It is not a matter that can be discussed and resolved between two parties anymore, which is why I had to go to court. And the matter is in court. अभी जो court फैसला तय करेगी, जो फैसला देगी, I'll accept it.
क्या शेखर कपूर कभी इनफिडेलिटी वाला सिचुएशन था उनके साथ और आपके साथ?
हाँ.
Was that also one of the reasons for?
हाँ.
You must have been broken.
I think, yeah. I mean, I think that's the most common. I don't think marriages break up because of infidelity, though. I think marriages break up because of disrespect. Because lot of women I know, मतलब शेखर तो दूध का दूल्हा है compared to what some men do, but a lot of women I know are okay with that as long as they are getting the respect that they want. So I think ultimately it's which of your needs are being met.
जब आपके रिलेशनशिप्स में क्रैक्स आ रहा था, वो इनफिडेलिटी से पहले था या ये सारी चीजें एक साथ हो रही थी?
I think I was very naive. So मुझे मुझे लगता था कि कुछ गड़बड़ है, पर I did not understand what it is because of, you know. And it took me a long time to figure it out because, like I said, I come from a very conservative background. I don't
come from a very educated background.
Educated background, very conservative. Like my dad used to adore my mom, you know, like, and I think my dad was the biggest feminist I know, you know. So that was the only kind of thing I knew, I had seen, you know. So I didn't understand patriarchy. I didn't understand suddenly why a woman is to be this way and why a man can do this and why, you know. So it took me a long time to just understand patriarchy. I think if it's anything that broke my marriage, it's patriarchy. I was like, what is going on?
Divorce के बाद financial problems आपने face की?
हाँ, बहुत face किए because, you know, I had invested all my money. I got cheated by the bank. I took them to court.
बैंक ने cheat मारा?
हाँ, they swindled me. So I took them to court and I won the case. It's quite a landmark case in banking history because they were churning my money and तब वो, you know, वो crash हुआ था. Stock markets of 2008 to 2011-12, it was very bad. मेरा सारा पैसा डूबा हुआ था, मुझे होम लोन लेना पड़ा, you know, मुझे मेरे प्रॉपर्टीज बेचने पड़े. So there was lot of struggle.
My God, मैं तो सोच रहा हूँ मैं आपका पैर छू लूँ अभी.
अच्छा.
Really. And
हाथ किस कर लो, चलो.
Always. For us, you've always been a super girl. आज मैं आपके साथ बात कर रहा हूँ, उस जमाने में I wouldn't have even imagined कि years down the line मैं सुचित्रा कृष्णमूर्ति के साथ बात कर रहा हूँ.
See, you know, this is an impression everybody has had of me, and I don't know why. Because everybody was like, oh my, you know, sometimes I meet people and like, oh my God, we were so in awe of you, we were this, and we thought you'll be like this, we thought you'll be like this. But why did you think? Because I've always been approachable. I've always been, I think personality-wise, I've been more or less the same, you know. So, ये notions बैठ जाते हैं head में.
तो जब ये फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स आप गुजर रही थी आप उसके थ्रू, शेखर ने आपको आके सपोर्ट नहीं किया उस वक्त?
नहीं.
You didn't want it or he didn't support you?
No, because our financials were already sorted and then I got swindled by the bank. So it was not like he deprived me of anything. It was just my own mismanagement to a large extent. So I felt that I am in the soup and I have to get out.
कावेरी गाना कर रही हैं, फिल्म में भी आने वाली है, right? 20 साल की है, हाँ? तो you all are like actually like sisters.
Well, a lot of people say that, but I think I'm very proud to be her mom. And I have to keep reminding her, no, I'm your mother. I'm not your friend or your, you know, sister. But so you have to still listen to me. I'm still your mother.
But कावेरी के लिए तो बहुत tough हुआ होगा नहीं?
It really affected her badly. So in fact, I would tell all warring parents कि भैया आप इतने अपने you know अपने stress और अपने hatred में डूबे हुए हो, you have no idea of the impact it has on your child. Especially like Kaveri is a very sensitive child, so she's been really impacted, I feel. Though, like I said, mind you, I've been the best I could be, and her dad is a great dad. I mean, I think she talks to him and she confesses in him, and she's probably closer to him than she is to me. But still, it's affected her very badly, you know.